Mikel Arteta, I think it's time we have a very serious conversation, right? There are some players in this team that I think are not good enough to play for this team anymore. Like that yesterday loss to Southampton, although I like the fact that we are out of that competition, I'm not going to lie. There were some horrible performances in that all over the pitch that I could not understand why these guys were playing like this. You are playing for a club like Arsenal, where you know that these guys are, they are fighting in all fronts for as much trophies as they can get this season. And you look at the kind of players that turned up for the game. It felt like they did not know what they had at hand. It felt like they did not know the task they had, at hand. Gabriel Jesus, it is very. I don't see a world where Gabriel Jesus still plays for Arsenal next season. I don't see it. He has gone past his prime. Like anytime I watch him play, he does not offer anything whatsoever. Like he does not offer anything to this team. Yesterday it was very, very very, very awful. You are playing against a championship side and you cannot beat any player. Like you are a center forward, but every time you're always the deepest player, the deepest attacker in the like you're always coming very, very deep to get the ball. You just did an interview with Rio Ferdinand during the week where you said you are trying to stay up the pitch to score as much goals as possible, and you turn up to a game and you do the complete opposite of what you just said in an interview. Right? How can you be an attacker, a center forward, and you're always in the center of the pitch? You're always in the center of the pitch, trying to do too much, trying to dribble. You're always drifting out wide, so that when we have the ball in around the area, we should actually be looking for a center forward. You're not there in position. You're not there in that place to convert chances. We know you're not a clinical center forward. You cannot score enough goals. Why not try to when you're playing games like this where we need to give other players some rest? You turn up. He was literally the worst player on that pitch yesterday. Now, I don't care if we are able to get any other center forward. I am very, very okay with Victor Gyökeres and Kai Havertz, interchanging in that center forward position. I'm very, very okay with them. I think it's time we move on from Gabriel Jesus. The amount of wages is ridiculous. We need to get rid of him. Another player is Gabriel Martinelli. I have always supported Gabriel Martinelli since the day he started playing for Arsenal. He was this electric, young, lanky winger who would always take on his man, try to make something happen. But over the years, he has been declining and declining and declining and declining. Like he barely dribbles his man nowadays. He barely does anything in the attack. He does not do anything. Like anytime he gets the ball, I am not confident that anything is going to happen. So I think we have moved past, or the Arsenal as a club have moved past Gabriel Martinelli. He's not up to the level to play for this team anymore, right? And with the stories coming out of Arsenal are looking for to strengthen in that left-hand position. I've seen some fans, talk about Nusa from Leipzig. I've heard so many names. Personally, like me, I think Arsenal, we are in a place now that we don't need to bring in, talents, or we don't need to bring in young stars and hope they improve to become world-class players. I think we are in a position where if we are going into the market, we should go for finished product, right? I'm going to excuse Madueke because Madueke yesterday, not just yesterday, yeah, a 23-year or 24-year-old player for God's sake. When do you intend to improve your the final bit of your game? Like you're a professional footballer, you're supposed to know these things. You're not supposed like how can a Max Dowman, a 16-year-old boy, have better finished product than you? You're always running like an headless chicken anytime you have the ball. I'm not going to go into Madueke. I can say he has, I think, a season or two to improve his game. Now, if Arsenal are looking to improve that left wing, there are only two players I think can improve that side for me. Is either we're going for Rodrigo from Real Madrid or Kvaratskhelia. If Arsenal are going for any other player other than those two players, I'm going to lose my head. These are positions we need to improve, especially that left wing position. We need someone that can give us as much as or more than what Saka gives us on the right hand side. I'm done with bringing in young stars, bringing in players and hope give them 2 or 3 seasons to improve their game. I'm done with that. We need to be very ruthless in the transfer market. We need to move on from Nogard. He has tried for us this season. We need to bring in a very, very strong, and personally I would not even want a Tonali. I want us to bring in a creative, techy midfielder who can really fully complement Declan Rice. Players who can pass the ball forward, who will take risks, with his passes, forward passes. I'm very tired of all these safe players who hold the ball pass it left, pass it to your right, take it backwards. I need a player that will take risks with the passes in the midfield, right? I need to go in there, get someone like a Vitinha. I know it's not possible, or a Frankie de Jong from Barcelona. Any of those two players will do.